Hi guys, it's Ben Heath, and in this video I want to talk about a very specific Google Ads mistake that is very easy to avoid. It just takes a little bit of time and effort to get the right way set up. And if you are making this mistake, you could be leaving quite a lot on the table in terms of improvement in results, better CTR, better conversion rates. And this mistake is to not use Google Ad extensions, what has recently been rebranded Google Ad Assets. Okay, so I'm in an example Google Ad account here, and I've come on the left-hand side down underneath Ads and Assets. It used to be called Ads and Extensions. I've selected Assets, and if I click on this little plus button here, we can see all the various Google Ad asset options. It's going to take a little bit of time for me to get used to that. I'm used to calling them Google Ad extension options, but you can see there are a number of them. We've got site link, call out, call, price, promotion, a bunch of others that I haven't named. I would strongly recommend that if you're running Google Ad campaigns, for you to go through each one, work out which can apply to your business, and just get them set up. Each one does not take very long. If you've already written your Google Ads, you've already got the idea around copy for your headlines, for your descriptions, you're going to use some of the same similar stuff in each one of these ad extension options. Now, of course, each one is not going to apply to each business. If you're fully digital, location's not really going to apply. For example, if you don't want people to call you, call's not going to apply. But all the ones that do apply to your business, which for most businesses is going to be probably 7, 8 of the list, let's say, you definitely want to get them set up. Now on my YouTube channel, you can find a playlist with Google Ad extension videos in there. So we go through each one. We do site link extensions and call out extensions and structured snippet, and I show you examples and best practices for each, how you want to get them set up and how you want to get the best results from them. And just remember that when it comes to Google Ad extensions, Google Ad Assets, as they are now called, you are doing a number of things that are going to help improve your results from your Google Ad campaigns. Firstly, when Google decides to display your ad extensions, I'll explain a little bit more about that in a second, you are going to take up much more space on the page. Particularly some of these like site link extensions, for example, even structured snippet extensions, you can end up taking up quite a bit more room. Now that allows you to just look bigger visually, and we know that the more space on the page you take up, the more likely you are to attract the click. That improves your click-through rate, which improves things like quality score, helps your results overall. But you're also able to provide more information. You might be able to provide that little bit of information that convinces a prospect to click on your ad instead of a competitor's, because you took the effort to include something in there in, say, a call out extension. They go,
oh, that little thing about their product or service, about their business, that's actually something I'm really interested in. I'm just going to quickly click on that, go through to their website.
You can also significantly improve your prospect's experience before they get in touch or purchase with you based on some of these extensions. So for example, site link extensions allow people to navigate to different places on your website directly. That might be really useful depending on whatever it is your prospect wants to do. Call extensions on a mobile, you can just click on that and call the phone number straight away. That's easier than having to come into your website and then navigate to the contact page, find the phone number, etc., etc. So that's going to help give your prospects a better experience, which is going to help with conversion rates later down the line. So really adding in ad extensions or ad assets is a no-brainer. It takes a bit of time to set up each one, but not massive amounts of time. It's not like doing keyword research from scratch or anything like that. They increase the size of your ad on the page, that increases your click-through rate, they provide a better prospect experience. You can help convince people to click on your ad instead of your competitors because of all this extra fantastic information you can put in these extensions around the benefits associated with your product or service. So please stop making that mistake. You'll see better results if you don't. Now, one thing I do quickly want to mention about Google Ad extensions or Google Ad assets is that Google very much controls when they are and aren't displayed. So if you go ahead and get these set up and you don't see them alongside your ads, perhaps when you're searching for them, that doesn't mean you've set it up wrong. It's just a case of Google doesn't always display them, and they display them when they feel it's most likely to benefit them and their advertisers from clicks and etc. standpoint. So don't worry if you get all these set up and you're like,
hang on, I can only see one of them or two of them, or I can't see any of them.
That's not necessarily because you've done something wrong, but there are of course times when Google is going to use them, and if you don't have them set up, they can't be used. If you do have them set up, that's only to your advantage. We've seen return on ad spend numbers increase by a good 20-25% simply by getting all the various ad extensions set up. In that example that I'm thinking of, maybe there were 1 or 2 set up previously, but they didn't have the full suite. If you've got none set up now, you might even see a larger percentage increase in performance by getting all the various ones set up. As I said, go ahead and check out that playlist. I'll include a link in the video description below. You can go through specific videos on each extension, whichever one you haven't got set up, or even if you've got it set up, but you're not quite sure it's set up right, you could maybe improve results, have a look at some examples of best practices. Go ahead and check those out, get that implemented. hopefully help improve your results. And whilst we're talking about Google Ad mistakes, I'd strongly encourage you to check out this video. In this video, I've got a whole bunch more Google Ads mistakes that you do not want to make. A lot of them, like this one, are quite easy to avoid, but you absolutely want to quickly go through this video, make sure you're not making these mistakes or change your approach if you are. Well worth taking the time.